Well, there, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's experiment. I'm using a different recorder for this. As you can tell, I'm in a different location. That will be for today and tomorrow. It took me 3 hours to get to this place, but I'm going to take like an hour and 20 minutes maybe, but yeah. Okay, maybe 2.5 hours then, come to think of it, but yeah. Here we are. Alright, today's broadcast, okay, oh, that's right, for those that submitted a question through the site, I am at 8 days at this time. So if you submit Thursday or Friday, I'll be answering it tomorrow. Hopefully I can be able to catch up. I keep saying that, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, so welcome to this episode of we're going to ruin your childhood episode, or your childhood isn't what it seems. I'm not sure what we're calling this tonight. And tonight, and this is recorded August 24th, it is 10:30, almost 11 o'clock. It's 10:46 actually, Eastern time. Oh yeah, that's right, this is brought to you from the fifth dimension. As you can tell, I'm kind of winded as usual. I know, I'm worn out as usual, but I'm staying strong. But enough of how I am. How are you? Especially when you have your childhood crumble in front of you. Especially, well, for some at least, not for everybody. Such as Ronald McDonald is an Archon. Now, how is this true? How is this? Now, this also goes into, what am I doing? This also goes into a series of they ruined my childhood series, I guess we'll start calling this, because there's another Buckaroo Banzai, or whatever the hell his name is, Bonsai. I was going to do that one tonight, but I was mind my own business, looked at YouTube as usual as my research facility, and I'm like, I see, a story about Ronald McDonald. It's like, Ronald McDonald. Let me think about that. Ronald McDonald. Because I'm going into the past, as some of you might notice, of dissecting the old world, and pop culture is part of it. And that's what that Buckaroo Banzai, however you pronounce his name, Buckaroo, whatever the hell his last name is. That's soft disclosure, it's alien disclosure. Like I said, we're going to that tomorrow. But Archon Ronald. Now, go by what you are feeling on all of this, everyone. Of course, as usual, I don't mention it every time, but yeah, go by what you are feeling on all of this. Am I full of it, or am I on to something? I'm not sure if this has been mentioned anywhere. I didn't go on the internet and look up Ronald McDonald is a Archon. Of course, I call the Transformers an Archon too, because I see that energy around them. Maybe not a full Archon, but of course anything to do with this planet is an Archon vibration, because we're deeply in the matrix, as you might see. Connecting to spirit is not the easiest. Finding the right answers is not the easiest. And it has an Archon energy. Of course, there's other beings involved. What I see is Ronald McDonald as a soul-sucking creature. When you eat a McDonald's hamburger, you're actually eating him. His energies are there. He is worse than any religion anywhere. And you can look up the history of McDonald's, go for it, but it is worse. Now, understand, which is kind of funny when I'm talking about this, is McDonald's by Ray Kroc. He's the one that took it and kind of, he didn't invent it, but he took it and franchised it, made it popular, and franchises came up with Ronald McDonald. Willard Scott came up with, he's a weatherman. I don't know if he came up with it, but he was an actor they wanted to get people into the stores, of course. And I believe during that time it was innocent. Like I said, I think there's a positive side of Ronald McDonald, just like Mickey Mouse. There's a positive side of that, positive side of everything. But it's a dark side that we have us by the throat, or further than that. So, and McDonald's is America's church. At least the food church. Like everywhere you see a church, right? Well, McDonald's is that too. And this Ronald McDonald is like a soul-sucking creature. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get attacked after talking about this. But he is a mean-spirited, wicked thing. He's just, they get you into their stores, they seduce kids. I mean, it's so psychotic when you think about it. I mean, it had positive intentions in the past, but not anymore. It became corporate. And it's another thing too. Basically, if your body is ill and sick, and not good for you. It's like junk food, right? So, but people go there anyway. It's amazing. I mean, the guy that ate, what was it, Super Size Me, ate, which I love the documentary because it's absolutely fascinating. I can watch it as entertainment because it's educational. It's messed up, but it's made well. Let's put it that way. And he almost died eating that stuff for 30 days. He could have died. So, and he never thought that would ever happen because there's so much garbage in our food. But yet, it's worldwide. It's insane how popular it is. So, and I looked at Ronald isn't as popular anymore, but his soul is still there. It comes from astral, from what I gather. And like I say, he's a soul-sucking creature. It's like, how can they infiltrate Earth? How can we do it? Religions do it. The one I picked up the strongest was through actually Scientology, but obviously other religions are alien energies that are infiltrating our reality. And people are just laughing about it. Oh, that's not true. Or really, did you ever eat McDonald's and people are throwing up? And yet it's still popular. I mean, that's mind control. I don't know what is. Shit. And they get your kids to eat that crap. So, yeah, laugh all you want. Go for it. Keep on laughing. But I feel he's like a vampire energy. Well, yes, mind control. He sucks on the soul. And with you eating his food, mostly the hamburger. Of course, I listened to, what, a 10-minute video, so I know a lot about McDonald's right now. Not really. I know about the documentary. I know how. I saw the movie, but I've heard it's fascinating. Love my research, right? But have you ever read a book about it? Actually, yeah, actually I did a little bit because I was fascinated by it, by how, if I remember right, like they employ kids or teenagers, so they get money from the government to do that. So they get paid to hire people, something like that. If I read that right, but there's a lot of stuff now. And they have our favorite beverage, Coke, which is horrible for you. The whole thing. Why does it even exist? Well, it's probably an addiction. When I see Ronald McDonald as from Astral, I still see him as an Archon. Just wicked. Just like he took over McDonald's. You could say other alien entities. There's a lot of reptilian energies. A lot of everybody there as usual. But Ronald is not a kind soul. Now there is another version that is. but trust me, he will not be feeding you that type of food. And they had a commercial about I'm sorry, not a commercial, but when kids ask, when Ronald's there at the stores, hey, look, I'm Ronald, I'm creepy, look at me. And when kids ask them, where do hamburgers come from, they're not going to say, oh yeah, that's just a cow all chopped up, and I hope you enjoy that. You're supposed to say it. Hamburgers are grown like that, like in a field or something. They're grown like a hair. That's freaking, the whole thing's freaking twisted. I mean, all of it, even with the whole thing's gross. So I believe also in our culture will come out of this hypnosis, this what we're going, this hypnosis of third dimension, where our taboos, our past will be dissected, released. We can go into the higher dimension, go into the fourth dimension. But first we have to release this crap, and it's everywhere. We have an Archon, McDonald. I mean, all this stuff's talking about McDonald's, how bad it, and yet it's super popular, no matter what. If that's not mind control, it's body control. It like took over the soul, almost, it seems. Of course, people don't believe they have a soul, so I mean, I tell you, they can take you into lower astral too. Well, if you don't believe in yourself, it's another way of grabbing your soul by giving you garbage. And people don't believe they have a soul. They think it's all nonsense. But you have to get all depressed. They don't know why they're depressed. They take pills. They take drugs. They take all this stuff. I still feel like garbage. I ate McDonald's. That's it. Oh, I feel okay for 5 seconds, and I feel like crap. And they wonder why. And they just laugh at all this. And just go on their merry way, like walking off a cliff. It's like, all right, believe whatever you want. But if you do connect to this energy and maybe look into it, have an open mind, and say, yeah, I'm skeptical, but well, there's a possibility that maybe this is all a bunch of, I'm eating aliens, maybe. Oh, technically you are, but that's for another. So yeah, you're eating alien manipulation. Yep, it's screwing up your body, screwing up your mind, screwing up your kids. They give it to kids. They want the kids to get this stuff. And what better way? Use a psychotic clown. Of course, it sounds all friendly. So I mean, it's the power of the people. When do you feel like waking up? Never. That's okay. Feel depressed, take your drugs, think you know everything. Why you're feeling miserable all the time? There is an alien angle to everything. Where's your proof? Well, I don't know. Proof's in the pudding, isn't it? Look at what you're eating. What is that? How is this even a Fortune 500 company? So if this is a Fortune 500 company, it's all manipulation. That tells you where the human consciousness is. In the gutter, pretty much. So of course they're going to laugh at us. Yeah, okay, whatever you say. I mean, we're in a rape culture, a murder culture. Don't seem to have a problem with that. We're in a Archon possessed culture, or soul possession culture. Don't seem to have a problem with that. So when you start waking up to all this, the angle that we are not alone in the universe, the human will come out of its first off. No, this isn't true. This isn't true. Well, look at your reality. What's so wonderful about that? Well, let's take a nice look at that. It's not doing so good. Just be the good slave, right? Yeah. But when you connect more to the energies of maybe we aren't alone. And, of course, when you're going through your third eye vibrations, believing through your soul that you can dissect this third dimension reality, your senses do grow as you basically live through your third eye, you can say. Not to say you have to do it all the time, so I guess some people do it all the time. Eventually, I imagine you come automatically through your third eye. You don't even recognize the third dimension at all. Of course, we have what you call a job to keep you in 3D. So it's pretty fascinating. If you had all the time in the world, just go out, way out in nature and just relax without any stress and connect with your third eye, connect to the universe, just connect. I imagine opening up is it'll take time, but not that much time. If you know how to do it, know how to just let yourself go through your third eye, believing your soul energy, feeling that soul energy, and just this whole third dimensional reality just disappears. That's powerful. That's what this is all about. And, because that takes you out of the matrix to control here. So, I wonder how to do it. Quit your job and move to the country. I don't recommend it. Well, do what you gotta do, but it's maybe not as simple as that. But yeah, because the best is if you have no stress at all. But if you have stress, I'm gonna eat tomorrow. I have to go kill a bear. So yeah, it's gonna take time. So become a brethren, and anyway, yeah, I think I have that idea. So the idea is to connect more to, from what I've gathered, I'm the last person with no stress. I got stress. I'll probably look terrible right now, so I'm so tired out. But that's how it works. It's believing in yourself, of course, believing in the higher vibrations, and going through your basically, from what I feel, going through your third eye, basically just it's like you're living through your spirit instead of this physical body. You're connecting to your astral self. So this physical body is a treasure. You need it, definitely. This is a test they put you in this body and see if you can get out of it, basically. Because you wonder what life's about. That's part of it, at least. There's probably a lot more. But to have the bravery to not be shackled by this human. It takes time, of course, to get used to all of this. I'm still adjusting to all of it, as probably others are, but we have to go with each other into the new world. But realize, yeah, this is coming through right now, though. If you're in nature or somewhere away from chaos, where you're relaxed. I mean, I imagine you can do this anywhere. But nature's good. But nature's everywhere anyway. But nature's good, though. You're relaxed. You don't have any worries. And you already feel the connections of the spirit realms, the higher dimensions. It's like, going to yourself and living through your spirit, feeling what's around, relieving stress, connecting to your higher self, and this 3D environment becomes less and less significant. It just sort of calms itself down, and that is huge. It takes time to just release this world, as it's not as it's dense here, yes, but as you become less dense, it takes time, but you will see more as more of us activate. Yeah, it's like a fire. It's like a look at it as candles. Or light your fire, light your candle, and have all these people turning on, and that's very powerful. You feel that. I mean, we're going into the higher dimensions now, as it does feel like a lot of the manipulations have. Because for a while, I feel like, there's a big block. It feels like that block has been released. Of course, it takes, once again, time. get used to new energies. It's an adventure, that's for sure. We are brave to be here. I guess some people do act like children, but I don't think everybody in the world, like they say, the people of Earth are children. I mean, technically everybody is a child, but I believe most of the people here, or all of them, are pretty, I mean, well, first off, yes, very brave to come into this world, no matter what your belief system is. Doesn't matter. It's brave coming in this world. It's like when you disconnect from spirit like this, other worlds are looking at us like, you guys gotta be nuts to go into that world. Of course, there's other ones that are worse, and we'll be going into that in the future. Jeez, I'm looking forward to that one. But right now, with Ronald McDonald, the Archon King, I would assume he's something around those lines, because you don't get that position by being lazy. Is this like you can call him like a clown prince, like the Joker, but this is one lot more serious than anything that you see in fiction, because this one is a massive seducer. It's almost like a genie. I'll give you I will fulfill you, by mind manipulation, that this food will fill you up, and it's a cheap high. It's drugs, basically. So, all right, let's try this out, see if it works. Already had enough of it, Ronald. Out of there. Okay, for those that are new to all this, is avatar.com. We have private sessions. You want to know about your weirdness, you want to talk to Ronald McDonald. Well, I can do a conscious channel. I'm not going to channel him. I can do a conscious channel. This is the schedule for the week upcoming. I have Overhead channel also. We have Google Hangouts channeling by phone. And we also have this questions here, and this is where I'm about 8 days behind at this time for delivery. Also have Spirit Social, same thing, same deal here. I also have other channelers and healers I do recommend. Also the Jake comic, the Rabbit from Space is next issue is on its way. It's just taking time. So thank you all for your support. This helps in all of this. We're going to the fourth-dimensional education. Bring in the aliens, bring in the higher spirit energies, Elohim. Basically letting go of the third dimension little by little, as we are empowering ourselves to take back this planet. Like the politics of the world and all this nonsense, all manipulation. None of it really matters, really, in the long run. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. I mean, it's all part of the game. It's basically how long you want to play. Of course, a lot of us are here to... Basically, the idea is to become less stressful. You wonder what life's about. It's about not worrying and allowing yourself to manifest with the best you can, because not everybody's here to manifest a Corvette or manifest all this crazy, all this wants instead of needs. Manifest what you need, and it's powerful to of course, I don't see anything wrong with manifesting what you want and give it a shot, but connecting more to the timeline of what you need, just like asking spirit, what is it that I need? Well, for me it'll be sleep, but for others it'll be more self-confidence, but also a global awakening without so much stress in the world. With less stress will be less violence. With less stress will be less manipulation. Basically, the mind is so clouded by third dimensional conflicts. It's like instead of going to my soul and understanding myself, I go to entertainment, nothing wrong with entertainment. It's just we don't know where to go to get information. Now, entertainment and the movies and all this, a lot of people are imitating what they see on TV. They imitate all this stuff. They're trying to figure themselves out. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we're here. And they imitate television, which is telling us our movies and music, on and on, the Bible. What would Jesus do today? Or whatever. What would Jesus do in this scenario? Whatever. Not to say that's wrong, but either way. There's some manipulation through pretty much everything. Just about. Not everything, but a good amount, at least in the mainstream. Like mainstream religion, because in mainstream religion, they don't mention chakra. Maybe they do, but I doubt. Very detailed. Like maybe Archangel Michael is a female and not a male. What about all the archangels are all male? That's kind of strange. That's very Martian of them. At least that feels that way. How convenient. It's like they're trying to erase females from the planet. And I think they're doing a pretty good job of it. At least not making it easy to be a female here. And that should also give you an indication of who's running the show. It's like they put in this angry God that they want to just wipe us out, or they want to control us, basically. The aliens, Illuminati, whatever you want to go at. And the idea is to take our control back. But you can't do it with a gun. I mean, you can, I guess, but it's more so they take over your mind in so many ways. It's so difficult to see how they do it. It is freeing yourself from this manipulation, connecting angels, guides, and aliens, if you wish, to forge a new reality, basically. It's like to put an expiration date on third dimension and go into your own dimension where you feel better about yourself, your own paradise, basically. It takes time, of course. Like everything I say, it takes time, because a lot of people want it now. I hear a lot of that. I'm probably one of them. So, but it is the adventure of letting go of this 3D environment and allowing more of the fourth dimension come in and see the drastic change. Of course, it's a slow change, but a change. It'd be interesting to see it when it goes into more of the mainstream. Like they talk about drag queens, they talk about the gay population. Well, what about the alien population? I don't know if I mentioned this before. I probably have somewhere. When an alien starseed that goes to their parents that don't believe in aliens, say, "Mom, Dad, I'm an alien. And by the way, so are you." But that's going to roll in, and also the cat and the dog and the animals that you eat for dinner, and on and on. And so actually they have their mental heart attack when seeing this go into the mainstream. It's like, take all this human, I want to call it mental diarrhea, and flush it, because we don't need it anymore. At least the third dimensional old ways of doing things. People talk about World War III. That's not happened. This is World War III, actually, if you really want to look at it in a different way. Culture-wise, it's World War III right now. But war-wise, it's because I believe we're healing. Oh, of course, nothing's perfect. Keeping us out of war with Iran. It's just the old way of thinking. Like money, eventually that will be an old way of thinking. That's going to take some time to get rid of course, because it's integrated into our existence, probably even our DNA. So, but that will be healed. As basically the ideas that we don't need this physical reality anymore. Because we connect more to the higher 4D reality. That's when you see your aliens, and you get more comfortable with it. So it's getting comfortable with all this. And yeah, it's just a gradual healing process. Because the 3D environment, when you look at the world, it's not really, nothing really new is going on. I mean, it's the old, like, where can this cell phone go next? Is it going to turn into a pen, like a writing pen? What is it going to do? What shape is it going to turn into? You know, because more of our I mean, it's also helping us telepathically connect in a lot of ways, like, because we're already doing it, we just don't realize it. We're always sending signals to each other already. It's just realizing that we are doing it mentally. Why you get a feeling here, why you get a feeling there, and if people say they're not psychic, they have no power, it's like, yes, you might say all that, but you use it all the time. Every single day you use your abilities, and people say it doesn't exist. The majority does. Now, nobody's perfect, of course, because they're so manipulated by these reptilian grid, Archon grid, Anunnaki grid, who knows what else is out there. If you want to connect to all that, more power to you. But it's us, we're re-educating ourselves into the knowledge we already know. Try digesting that one. And the aliens will appear. You know, I've been getting more of a, from the aliens, I get more of like a general message from them. It's like, call them whatever you want. Everyone's going to see them differently. Not everybody's going to connect to the same beings. I'm connecting more to the aliens in a general sense. You can say where I'm mentioning us too, but I'm mostly talking about those of the fourth dimensions. Like, we're here to hear them speak, hear us, and them telepathically connect. That's another thing. As more of our population becomes more telepathically connecting to aliens, they might say, "Oh, it might be a demon or whatever." But it's all a learning process. But at least you're putting effort into going beyond the third dimension. Because what's in the third dimension? Violence. There's good there, of course. But there's also 3-hour traffic. And stuff you don't need to experience. So we're all wanting to heal ourselves. We need each other to heal each other. We need ourselves in all of this. This is something yeah, it's like we're re-educating ourselves but into the higher dimensions, and we need each other to find our own path. Of course, our own path, our individual paths, but they're all interconnected to each other. So just yeah, but I believe most people are going to more of the fourth, which is much better than the fifth, third, but the fifth. And then they're still pulling. Everyone's pulling from fourth, fifth, and sixth, and on. Little bits of percentages, but I believe the majority of the population that's in 3D is going to, slowly evolve into 4. But it's not like, oh, I'm better than you. None of that. That will be healed down the road. Is it Dolores Claiborne? Yeah, that I have been mentioning a lot of Dolores Claiborne's terms, just not her name, because I'm not sure if she got this from somebody or she got it from some of her readings, that we are the children. We're just a bunch of kids. We don't know any better. We're a bunch of kids. We're a bunch of souls that came into a world that is disconnected from everybody in the universe. It's like we're incarnating into prison. We might act childish because we can't connect to our higher selves that easily. So, but I don't believe we're children at all. I mean, a lot of people act like that, but that's an inner child too. So I think, I don't know, I just don't like, that term is I mean, the higher dimensional beings, the aliens at a higher dimension, some of them, from my perspective, they can, not all of them, but some of them can have like their heads up their asses, basically. You know, telling us how evolved they are. But in truth, if you're so evolved, why don't you come to our world? I bet you incarnate here and see what happens to you. You know, they're going to turn into a Harvey Weinstein. See, a lot of them are scared to come here. What's going to happen to them? You know, they're going to turn into, I don't want to say Hitler, but they probably know that they're not going to be too proud of themselves. It's like they say they're so evolved, but they incarnate in here, and they don't act very evolved. So some of them maybe, a lot of them I don't think would. So they talk this big talk, and you know, I know this world. You know, I complain about this world all the time. Probably others do. But when you see the bigger picture, how some of these higher dimensional beings are acting kind of arrogant, from what I'm gathering, not to say all of them are, but some are. It's like they need to come down to our level and sweat a bit, and you know, go through, because you know, we're here to bring them down to our level. I mean, this world's the gutter, but it's like we really want to see ourselves like being tested, because at a higher level it's like, oh, I would never do anything like that. I would not go crazy. I would not go postal. I'll be always nice. If I lost everything, I'd always be a nice person. And you incarnate in this world, you lose everything, and you go psycho on everybody. It's like, you know, that's what we're here to figure out about ourselves. So, yeah. So, stuff like that. So, that's what my diagnosis. There's more to it than that, of course. There's a lot going on in the news. I'm not paying attention to any of it. I can barely function right now. So, that's about it for this episode. So, I didn't really go into the whole thing with Archon, Ronald McDonald. Just if you go eat McDonald's, you're probably eating Ronald McDonald's energy, where he's soul sucking you. And they take it to their prison lair with all their little alien soul-sucking beings. I mean, if McDonald's is so good, why isn't it healthy for you? But yet, it's everywhere. Figure that one out. So yeah, we have a lot to do. So if it's an Archon being, now these aliens, the ones that are not friendly, they use us and they work through us. And some people want to be a god, so they find ways to be a god and have power over the people, basically. And McDonald's has power over the people. Yeah, pretty much. It's a mean world right there. Jeez, just, and the executives, and I mean, people want that stuff, right? They wouldn't sell it if people didn't want it. So intelligent manipulation is beyond. It's layers of layers and layers of manipulation. So, there's probably more to this, obviously. I'm kind of diving, like, little details here and there. The full detail of it. Well, I feel that Ronald McDonald's, is an astral being. But he's an Archon astral being. And he's very powerful. And he's on some other world probably bragging how he has this world under his control. And he's doing a marvelous job. It's just another way of looking at things. So, yeah, we have a lot to dissect here. It's, yeah, because when you have mind control over religion, which is spirituality, well, mainstream spirituality, and then you have McDonald's over the food, to manipulate you there, and you have the money manipulations, you have the weather manipulations, and we're all just, oh, that's just life. We're at the end of times. We're at the end of third dimension. And we're here to tell you that 3D is going away, well, eventually, and whenever you feel like getting on board and looking at things differently. You might feel a little bit better. Or you can be like me and just wear yourself out all the time, trying to put the word out there. So, alright, we'll just leave it at that. Much love, everyone. Thank you for your support. There's more to Ronald McDonald. I think I'm just too worn out to go into the full details of what I'm picking up on, but it's enough for right now. So, well, we were not done with this. So, much love, everyone, and sure I go to the right place, and take care. See you tomorrow.